is up, which means we officially, guys, have to do what?
The lights.
Yes, but we're not gonna light a candle. We're not gonna do that.
No?
Because your season is over. Turn them off. Welcome inside the NBA Showtime studio, Maria Taylor alongside the Hall of Famers, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Carmelo Anthony. Guys, it's so funny. We spent most of the pregame being like Donovan, Mitchell, and James Harden. They have to do everything. Here comes Jarrett Allen. And he's like, let me show you what I'm about to do. Make sure my team makes it to the conference semis, VC. Put him on his back, specifically in that third quarter.
Hey, third quarter, Jarrett Allen is a vibe.
I like that.
14 points, 10 rebounds. He had 8 offensive rebounds for the game. And it was just energy and effort and just awareness, just understanding who he is and what he brings to the table. He's in attack mode. Yes, we said their guards needed attack. Well, you know what? He decided he was going to get in attack mode and do just that. We know what he brings defensively. He's a rim protector. He saves possessions. You going to try me? Try again, my friend. See there, free throw. Long on the free throw, but his hustle and awareness. That was the third quarter when he took over. I mean, it's just understand, I mean, opportunity first and foremost, and just understand Mobley was struggling, also in foul trouble. He steps up. We didn't even really mention Jarrett Allen at all. But that's you know, we didn't, not one time, but that's the beautiful thing about basketball and what Game Sevens can do for you.
He wasn't really high on the scouting report. Not that Jarrett Allen. They weren't ready.
No. But he did what he was supposed to do, and it's just great to see. I thought Donovan Mitchell played great basketball, but guys, the role players took a lot of pressure off of James and Harden. I'm sorry, James and Donovan by playing so well to where they didn't need that statement game to get it done.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. You know you have a good team when your stars don't completely play well, because Donovan Mitchell and James Harden did not play well. I mean, they had, to me, subpar games for their standard. But when you have somebody like Jarrett Allen in your lineup, steps up and have a freaking double-double in the third quarter, like, that third quarter, when the game is tied and you come out in that third quarter, those first 5 minutes are very pivotal. And he came out and just completely controlled and took over the game. So shout out to Jarrett Allen for, I mean, basically surprising everyone.
And willing his team to a win.
And 8 offensive rebounds. They killed them. They killed them in the offensive rebounds. What, they had 20 offensive rebounds in the second chance points. They got 23 points off of that. So, I mean, that's a testament just Jarrett Allen, just his determination and will to do things that, he normally does, and that's rebounding, but it resulted into a big win for his team.
Well, he offensive rebounds today with 8 offensive rebounds. That allowed, I mean, they shot 28% from the three-point line and still won the game by that margin. So that tells me that Jarrett Allen is attacking the offensive glass. He's getting the slap-out basketballs, open threes, second chance points. He's allowing them to get second chance points by his activity. And we laughed about it, but I don't think Toronto they scouted Jarrett Allen to do what Jarrett Allen do, not to be aggressive, put the ball on the ground. He's driving to the hole. He's catching lobs. He's running the court. He switched it up in the third quarter. He was a different player in the third quarter, which allowed Donovan and James to get going in the third quarter as well.
Yeah, and that was the difference ultimately, because Cleveland won the third quarter 38-19. They had 60 rebounds in this game. That sets a playoff franchise record for the Cavaliers, so that was huge. And that's despite the fact they still had 16 turnovers, and turnovers have been an issue for the Cavaliers throughout this series. They were averaging 17, and we saw the Raptors were really able to score on those, but them being able to get those boards, they were still get the hustle plays, and Jarrett Allen showing up was different. And remember, Evan Mobley was the player who led the team in scoring in Game 6. So the bigs, each one has had a big game in order to get a victory against the Raptors.
Yeah, I thought also to add to what Cleveland did, you look at Mastrus and Sam Merrill, like those guys chipped in. They had 34 bench points to Toronto's 19 points. And when you look at R.J. Barrett and Scotty Barnes, I mean, they performed well. They did what they could. they just didn't get a lot of help from their bench. They didn't have enough tonight. Although I thought their performance, them individually, they did enough to get this victory, but just didn't have enough help.
And remember, this is a team that's missing Emmanuel quickly. Their point guard, Brandon Ingram, is out, misses second straight game. Obviously, yeah, that's a lot of points. That was your leading scorer in the regular season, even though he wasn't playing well this series. Let's do the thing we do where we say, okay, what will this season, the Toronto Raptors season, what will we remember it for, DC?
What
the fight.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, the fight, and just sticking to it because they've had a lot of guys in and out of the lineup. I thought Brandon Ingram, you know, my question was how would this group mesh now adding Brandon Ingram to the group after RJ had a great year last year, now thinking it's going to be his team, but understanding Brandon Ingram's there. I thought they all figured it out, played well, played hard enough to where we really thought they could go deep into the playoffs because of how hard they play and because of the scoring they have. I just thought they needed some more bigs.
And shooting.
Yeah,
shooting. Yeah, shooting. For me, I look at what they were able to accomplish in this playoff without having their, you just alluded to it, without having their leading scorer. I mean, to beat a team that has Donovan Mitchell and James Harden and you lose your leading scorer is a very tall task for them to do. So I thought they fought well this year. They could grow on this and, you know, see what they could build on for next year. What's up, Donovan?
There he is. Donovan
Mitchell. Switch side. We on this side.
Go ahead, put your phone down. We ready to talk to you, cuz. Hey, listen, we came on air talking about Jarrett Allen and the fact that he just alleviated so much pressure, particularly in that third quarter. He told Zora after the game, man, he just wanted to show you guys that you could win the game ultimately. Maybe speak to what he meant throughout the course of this game in order to get the win in Game 7.
I mean, I think the biggest thing with J.A. is just his force and aggression. You know, I mean, 22 and 19 was phenomenal, but, like, he was doing it all, blocking shots, running the floor. I didn't care if he missed every single shot he took. It was just with the aggression that he was doing it with, you know what I'm saying? And he was bailing us out defensively. Him and Ev, you know, holding it down. Those are tough. Scotty Barnes a tough matchup. Boyles is tough. Pirtles is tough, and they did a phenomenal job. He did a phenomenal job, especially tonight. Carried us, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they're denying me and James, trying to make us work, and everybody did their thing. But shout out to Jay, man. That work that he's been putting in paid off in a big way.
Donovan, T-Mac here. So very high stakes in this game, Game 7. And for me, it's about the leadership, and you're the leader of this team. Where do you say your leadership really mattered the most? Was it in the huddle? Was it through a text message before the game, or is it on the court?
I think just, you know, constant communication throughout the game. Like, obviously, I didn't shoot it too great this series outside of the 2 games, but my biggest thing is just never let my energy waver. Y'all know how that is, right? Everybody kind of watches you, see what your demeanor is like. We lost some tough games that we felt like we could have won, and even after game 6, I was laughing. I'm like, what can you do? We played great defense. He hits a shot. We miss. You know, we did a great job, but, you know, ultimately doesn't fall your way. It was just like, hey, that's why we fought for home court, right? You fight for these moments. We've been here before, but it's obviously vocal on the floor, you know, trying to dive into the crowd to set a tone, so to speak. But my biggest thing is just never let my energy waver. Whether I have a good night, bad night, just continue to be myself, and that was the biggest thing.
This VC here, I want to kind of touch on that. So at halftime, who or what was said leading into the second half to really get you guys over the hump? It was a dead even. You guys have been even for the entire series. What was said in that locker room coming out for the third quarter?
The biggest thing, I think, was just that run we've made to finish the room. 3 minutes left. We had lost going into the half, I think, the past 3 games. You know, so trying to make it, you know, even if we didn't tie it, right? We were down 3 if we don't make that last 3 or whatever it was. Like, just trying to get it close, and then from there, it's 0-0. And we didn't even play our best basketball in the first half. So we obviously made some corrections, made some tweaks, but just getting it to 0-0 at half, you know, and then going from there. And then for me, just trying to set the tone, be aggressive, and then J.A. obviously took that to a whole nother level. We all did it, but it was great.
Hey, Spider, y'all traded for James back in February to win games like this. What did he mean to you tonight?
He's meant the world to me. I'm not gonna lie, and you know this, when you play with another guy that's, you know, at that level, is a different conversations that can be had, right? Levels of accountability. Also, understanding like, hey, they're doing this, you can do this. Obviously just the communication with him and I has been great for me, but it's also been great for the group. And obviously his play speaks for itself, being able to find guys, set the tone. And sometimes even him just standing over there on the wing alleviates a lot of pressure, and vice versa, right? But when you have a guy that's a Hall of Famer, MVP, been there, and he's been to 10 or 12 game sevens. Like, you know what I mean? This is something that doesn't faze him, and his energy definitely, around the locker room, but especially for me, man, it definitely helps. And, that's why, he is who he is, and that's why he is who he is for us.
You dove in that crowd because you wanted us to talk about you on here.
Hey, listen, I got to do something. Right? You know what I'm saying? I got to find a way. Scotty Barnes getting in transition the whole series, though. Got to do something.
Hey, Donovan, I'm curious. So you have a lot of experience, too. I know you're talking about James, but in your 9-year career, you made it to the playoffs every single year. Just in the course of that evolution, like, talk to me about how you attack the postseason, how it feels different this year, what you're trying to get out of it. Like, I know it's changed over time. Like, where are you at with it?
Even keel, right? Like, throughout this whole thing, throughout the losses, the wins, at the end of the day, I'm always going to be myself and trying to be that leader for the group. And like I said, like, I've had big performances, I've had bad performances, I've had good performances, I've done, so many different things. But I think the biggest thing is just trying to be even keel and do what's needed. Tonight, trying to be a little more aggressive, but also make the right simple play. And some games it's 50, some games it's 10. Whatever it takes to win. That's kind of been my approach. Just be aggressive and be the guy I can be. But the biggest thing is just keep a level head, be at peace, which also really helps, and understand that we're here for this reason. We're going to go ahead and try to do what we can do and go ahead and get this win in Detroit.
All right, appreciate it. Well, we hope to see you drop 50 in Detroit. I wouldn't be mad at that. Tell Coco we said, hey, I thought you were talking to her.
No, she over here making faces at me.
Tell her we said, hey, congratulations on the win.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
Donovan. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. That's Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, like I said, he has been to the postseason in all 9 seasons of his career. And his head coach, Kenny Atkinson's actually just sitting